Many believe that Raheem Sterling would only serve as a backup option for Bukayo Saka on the right wing, especially with Reiss Nelson leaving the club. However, if the new Arsenal signing performs impressively, he could pose a real threat to the starting spots of Gabriel Martinelli and Leandro Trossard on the left wing. So, among Sterling, Martinelli, and Trossard, who is the best option on the left wing for Arsenal at this moment? First of all, it must be said that Arsenal's successful acquisition of Raheem Sterling on the final day of the transfer window came as a surprise to many, but not to Mikel Arteta. He is believed to be the one who transformed Sterling from a promising player into one of the Premier League's top attacking stars when they both worked together at Manchester City. Arteta was then Pep Guardiola's assistant, and Sterling had just joined the Citizens a year earlier. However, Sterling's career hadn't truly flourished, and it was Arteta who helped the young talent refine his play, become more observant, and think more on the pitch. This is something he also tried with Gabriel Martinelli later, though with less success. Knowing Sterling well, the Spanish manager welcomed him to the Emirates with open arms, at a time when Enzo Maresca publicly excluded Sterling from his plans at Chelsea. The Athletic revealed that only 6 hours before this summer's transfer window closed, Arsenal contacted Chelsea about Sterling. The player arrived at Arsenal's famous London Colney training ground just an hour before the transfer deadline. After Reiss Nelson was loaned out to Fulham, Arsenal had only 3 true wingers in their squad: Leandro Trossard, Bukayo Saka, and Gabriel Martinelli. Including the forward line, Arsenal had Gabriel Jesus and the makeshift striker Kai Havertz. That's not enough for a team that typically plays with 3 forwards in their starting lineup. Jesus was injured right at the start of the season and rarely stayed fully fit throughout an entire season. Meanwhile, Martinelli and Trossard are currently not outstanding enough to be irreplaceable. When weighed on the scales, a high-performing Sterling could definitely start for Arsenal this season on the left wing, replacing Martinelli or Trossard. What Arsenal needs most this season is goals, and Sterling can provide that, despite often being mocked for his finishing ability. However, Arsenal's new signing has scored 173 goals in 549 career matches. If Arteta can reignite the fire inside Sterling and bring him back to his best years at Man City, then this shock transfer could be a brilliant move for the Gunners. Just because Raheem Sterling left Stamford Bridge as an outcast doesn't mean he will struggle to find a place at Arsenal. His class and experience are things that Leandro Trossard and Gabriel Martinelli must be wary of. Their positions could be entirely up for grabs. Sterling stands out with his exceptional speed and agility, which allows him to easily bypass defenders in one-on-one situations. His acceleration and sudden bursts of speed are potent weapons in counterattacks. Additionally, Sterling's ball control is excellent, enabling him to maintain possession in tight spaces and create scoring opportunities for himself and his teammates. In summary, aside from finishing, Sterling is practically a left-sided Bukayo Saka. Sometimes, one defender is not enough to contain Sterling. Martinelli has made rapid progress over the last 3 seasons, but has yet to maintain high performance consistently throughout an entire season. Some believe that Martinelli's technique has not yet reached the highest level, particularly in handling the ball under pressure. While he has speed and skill, he still falls short compared to Sterling. If the Brazilian needs more motivation to quickly regain his best form, the presence of Raheem Sterling will undoubtedly push him. All Arsenal fans must agree that what the number 11 star has shown since the beginning of the season hasn't satisfied them. After a relatively impressive 2022-2023 season, where he won over Mikel Arteta's favor and became almost the first choice on the left wing following Granit Xhaka's departure, Gabriel Martinelli has visibly faltered, partly due to injuries. Playing without his partner in crime has left the Brazilian forward a shadow of his former self. Many times, the left wing starting spot has been handed over to Leandro Trossard. This season, after a decent preseason, showing liveliness and a knack for scoring again, Gabriel Martinelli was once more given the chance by coach Mikel Arteta. In the first 2 matches, Martinelli started both games, yet his performances only left Arsenal fans more disheartened. His dribbling, which is supposed to be his greatest strength, was ineffective, his link-up play was poor, and his crosses lacked accuracy. Even more disappointing Whenever Martinelli was substituted for Trossard, Arsenal played better. Against Aston Villa, the Belgian forward scored the opening goal right after coming on, while in the 2 games Martinelli started, he neither assisted nor scored. Arsenal's left wing was almost unable to attack with him on the field. That's why the Gunners' coaching staff had to make personnel adjustments. Against Brighton, Mikel Arteta seemed to lose patience with his favorite student, sending Martinelli to the bench and giving Trossard the starting spot. With Raheem Sterling now in the mix, Martinelli's chances of starting will be even slimmer. Everyone knows how brilliant Sterling is at dribbling and playing in tight spaces. Therefore, unless something unexpected happens, it will be very difficult for Martinelli to reclaim his starting spot this season. Leandro Trossard, on the other hand, faces a different issue. He plays extremely well as a substitute, but in several games where he started, the Belgian forward didn't show the same effectiveness. Trossard replaced Gabriel Martinelli in the 65th minute against Aston Villa. 2 minutes later, with his first touch, the Belgian forward fired a shot to open the scoring for the visitors. That goal was Trossard's 14th for Arsenal in the Premier League, with 6 of them coming when he was a substitute. The 29-year-old is Arsenal's top scorer as a substitute, with a 43% goal-scoring rate. The goal didn't come by chance for Trossard. As soon as he came on, the sleepy-looking forward immediately found a favorable position in the opponent's box. He kept moving short distances to deceive the defense. Trossard's goal-scoring or game-changing abilities over the past period coincided with Martinelli's decline in form. Last season, there was a long period when Martinelli played ineffectively, and Arteta arranged for Trossard to start. In 7 starts last season, the Belgian forward scored 4 goals, 3 of which were openers that helped Arsenal break the deadlock. That is very important. However, Trossard's high form when starting can only be maintained for a short time. If he is to be a regular starter throughout the season, Arsenal fans will have certain concerns. After shining and contributing significantly to Arsenal's success, Trossard's form dropped, culminating in the match against Newcastle at the end of April. He played as a false 9 and only touched the ball twice in the first half. The Gunners lost 0-3 and found themselves in a tough spot in the title race. Therefore, it's hard to put trust in Trossard. With Raheem Sterling, things could be different. Having played for Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea, Sterling has enough experience to fight for a starting spot in any lineup. Moreover, Sterling has an impressive track record, especially in terms of goals. The 2018-19 season was the most explosive in Sterling's career when he scored 25 goals in 51 appearances, also assisting 18 more for his teammates. That was also the season when his Man City side won the Premier League and completed a domestic treble. Despite experiencing ups and downs, Sterling is no longer at his peak. But compared to Martinelli or Trossard, Sterling is still a beast on the left wing. If utilized properly, Raheem Sterling could fully regain his form, thereby displacing Gabriel Martinelli or Leandro Trossard from Arsenal's starting lineup. Then, with Sterling on the left wing, combined with the likes of Martin Odegaard, Bukayo Saka, or Kai Havertz, the fans can expect a feast of goals.